Exchange rate currently says 1.38 Canadian dollars to USD. Yeah, I was talking about the rate I get from PayPal, which is how I get paid. And there's always some sort of hidden fee that you don't get to see. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, SweetSandi. I was looking just to check in between streams to refresh my memory that I believe it was the NVIDIA 5060 and the AMD 9060 XT were the two cards that I was looking at, and the 9060 ranges between $489 and $600 depending on where you buy it, and I guess what manufacturer. Sapphire, Power Color. There's a bunch of different stuff I don't understand. So those would be the price range for me. Would be, if I could find something for around 500 Canadian, I feel like I could probably justify that. Really enjoy how quickly you can build out a system in Satisfactory. It's pretty cool. There's the crystal oscillator stuff there. Question is, do we have enough of the other materials? So I'm gonna have to build this out. It might be worth doing a small Satisfactory planner module, because they're not underclocked at all. They're just straight machine. 18, 14, and 2.5. $18, 14, 2.5. And so right now we've got 10, but we have to increase that to 20. And that will leave one crystal oscillator going into storage, which is fine. $15 there, 4 there, and guess I could just squeeze this down the other way. That's what needs to happen. It's just not happening yet. So we've got reinforced plates, 2.5. 50, Wire is 14. $280. And then quartz is going to be 18. $360. So before I do anything, I need to figure out how much quartz crystals we're making. I think this is how I get down there. Quartz crystal. That's not dangerous at all. All right, what are we doing down here? I know that some of this is silica, and it cuts off with the yellow machines. So Poopsie, if you're going to say something like 460 and 560 are cars that nobody should buy, what's the reason? Like, what's your reason? Because that just sounds like opinion as opposed to facts, right? The Nuki! Thanks for the lurk. Appreciate it. So these are all doing 21 per minute. I don't know why that's the case. I guess it's just the way that we've had it going. They're all at least working, so they've all got enough stuff. Oh, I lied. Why are you at 63%? That seems like something's wrong. They're all animating the wrong way. So that seems really strange. So we're not getting enough. Everything seems to be flowing. It is coming in via train, so there could be like a slowdown for that kind of stuff. I seem to recall putting a counter on my crystal export at some point. 337, 341 compared to what it should be doing. Is that all the export? That looks to me like all of the export. I'll get up. There we go. This is one of those rooms that changed when we combined the saves and the colors got all flipped around. It used to be very quartz colored, very purple and pink, but it's got screwed around, so because I haven't fixed it yet, it does look very odd. They perform, so when you say they, you mean the 50-60 or the 40-60. They perform worse than the 30-60. They have less memory than the 3060, and you can find all of the information on LTT Labs. So, how do brand new cards perform worse than a, gosh, 4-year-old card? 5-year-old card? I mean, if the 5060 is such a terrible card, then wouldn't the sales be tanking? I don't know. I'm just asking. Nvidia seems to be doing very well. Do I have this system somewhere else marked down? Potentially 432-minute based on reinforced iron plates above. Okay, let's look at Western Slopes. I'm bringing in, this is the quartz that's coming in from the Green Valley, I think. Scavenger should be, I haven't done the throughput on that, I don't think. It should be 1500 per minute, it looks like. Maybe we have to go check that. Actually, what does my main bus note say? 750 per minute. 750 per minute from Scavenger. 7 and 8. That's them right there. Seven and 8. I must have this somewhere else. I'm sure I've done this before. Did I do it in here? Does not look like it. It's so funny, ever since I changed the setting on the items and how they appear on belts, we absolutely get that weird strobe effect where right now it looks like these are traveling the right way, but these look like they're traveling the wrong way. Yeah, I thought I had on my sheet, I thought I had the quartz actually mapped out. Does not look like I do. I guess maybe it was the old Western Slopes. Here's the constructors from the old Western Slopes. 21, 840. That looks about right. That should be connected over here though. All right, well, we know that this is coming in here. And we know that it should be 750. There's obviously a drop because that was up in the 700s a minute ago. So there's obviously some sort of buffer issue. Oh, I wasn't specifically talking about NVIDIA's total sales. I understand what NVIDIA does as a company. I'm talking about, so like if the 5060 isn't a good card, like what card would you buy? 780. So that's coming out of the machine. That's coming out of the buffer because like the belt can do 780, but we're obviously not getting even 750 because these machines above us are not at 100%. Like they should be, right? $71. It's like, why are you lagging when you shouldn't be? You only need 35 per minute. There seems to be plenty getting down here. It's a split manifold, so it should be flowing pretty evenly. You're currently using a 4080. So it's the tail numbers then that's mattering to you. You don't like the 4060 or the 5060, but you like the 4080? So what's the difference for you between a 4080 and a 5060? Yeah, so like why is that 84 and this at 100? That doesn't track because this is getting fed before this one. So there's obviously a gap. So we need to figure out what's happening there. I mean, the good news is I think we're producing enough. 551 per minute. It seems to fluctuate. So getting more crystal oscillator stuff from crystals is fine because what did I say we needed? It was 4 something. $360. So if we're spiking up to 560, then I'm sure we've got it covered. So then I can just look to see where this is going. This is going onto this, which is heading down underneath onto bus number 1. And then bus number 1 is being pulled somewhere. that being pulled before it gets to the bus? Yes. Okay, so we're not pulling it off the bus. We're sending it direct to crystal oscillators first. So all we have to do here is just increase the belts. So this has got one section being sent to crystal oscillators. The other section is being sent to the main bus. Okay. So we obviously have enough. So that's good. Okay, so we don't have to build more crystals. I maybe have to balance out what's coming in, but we don't have to build more. Doom's DAJ? I don't know how to say your name. Hello, welcome in. How'd you find the chat? So I guess, Poopsy, a really good question, which is rhetorical. I don't expect you to have an answer for this, is why would NVIDIA make a new card with less cores than a card that's 6 years old? That doesn't make any sense to me. Dooms, how's it going with the game? It's going good.
Your Fixit employee monitor camera feed is frozen. Please ensure the monitor feed is live at all times.
Wormbo, thank you very much. I don't know what happened, but we will see to resetting this if we can. Thankfully, my mic doesn't cut out when this happens. It's just the camera. Back. Easy fix. I just have to switch the source and switch it back again. I think we have just surpassed, if I save this game, we have just surpassed 1,400 hours in this save. Stator 388. What are we doing? We are expanding crystal. No, expanding computers. Survey says what? Wow. 1,399 minutes, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds. Seriously? Zero. Thank you for pointing that out. Not 1,400 hours. Yeah, caught that. Let me just save that again. I'd like to overwrite that save. Huh. Take that, 0. Not 1,400. I probably have. Hold on. Let's do some quick math. Because why not? Save the game. So 1,400 hours there. Oh, I guess I have to go to load game. 1,400 hours there. 160, so 1,558. That's I'm not using the minutes. I'm just doing hours. So 1,558. That's 1,560. 15. So that's 1,860. I actually don't know what that one is. 1,863. 1,865, and then 19. I've almost got 2,000 hours in the game. 1,930 total. SweetSandi, thank you for the 100 bits. Appreciate it. Cheers. Why is the biggest question around the 4060 and 5060? I don't know. Maybe that's just budget. All right, so we don't have to expand quartz crystal production. So now we just have to figure out if we have enough for cable. Cable was 280. I don't think we're making enough cable. I think cable's coming in from somewhere else too. So the cable I had tagged on somewhere over here. Here's the cable. So 10 per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Making 60, we need 280. That doesn't make any sense. I must not be getting the cable from the right spot. So there's the cable coming up from below. It is only coming in from here. That is surprising. Cable per minute. Why do I have... Oh, okay, because this is just an underclocked machine. Never mind. So 30, 30. Okay, so that's 120. 140. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I gotta double it. So now I need to make twice as much cable here. That is doable without changing the machines. We could just kind of push the output as long as I have enough of this stuff coming in. So if I double the output here, 60, 60, 20. So that's 140, 280. So it's a 1-to-2 ratio. So 2-to-1 ratio. $120, 140, 240. I would need 480. That looks like what's coming in. All right, I'm pretty confident that I can just, because I know I've got extra wire, so I'm pretty confident we can just double the production here and start to push out more crystal oscillators. The real question now is, oh, wait a minute. No, I've got to double check the reinforced plates. 2.5 per minute. That goes up to 50. Do I have an extra 50 iron plates per minute? I should be able to find that here in the sheet, because we have alternate heavy frames. Reinforced iron plates. Crystal oscillator's not hooked up yet. So we've got 60 to spare. And what did I say we needed? 50. Should be good. Should be good. Okay. So then it's just a matter of where do I want to build all these things. I don't want to move all of this, I don't think. that feels like a lot to undertake. So it would be probably better to either add a floor or, as I was saying earlier, do something like this. Silvery, hello. Okay, so we can push this out. I guess it just feels funny to have this separated over here. But I guess that makes sense. We would probably need to bring stuff over around here. So we'd have to orient it coming back the other way. That's fine. Now, how much of this is blueprint? Oh, the whole thing? Okay. Do I have a left and a right? I do. Left. Right. Okay. I grabbed the right one. That's the one that I want, is the reverse. And then how do I want that to be set up? Looks like I want it to be in the center of the three. No, I want the left one. I want to rotate it right, but I want the left one. Your coffee is vile this morning. That's no good. I just drink mine black, so there's no screwing it up. There's our three inputs, our output, power, everything is there. So now I just have to do 5 of these. No, I need 10 of these, don't I? 1 per minute. We're doing 10. I need 20. Yeah, I need a whole other double bay of these things. What am I doing? Okay, hold on. Delete that. Yeah, this needs to expand. If that's the case, I might want to think about how this is going to have an entrance before I get too carried away here. Because currently we don't have a way in to these areas. So if that is going to be the floor, we don't have to have it this far back. We could actually have it a little bit farther forward. Which could be more interesting. Oh yeah, I use a French press too. Usually I would say it sounds like if you're using a French press and that's what's been screwed up, it's probably either the water temperature or the amount of water. The thing that bugs me about like gross coffee is like when it's like diluted. It's like watered down milk, like blech, you know, just not a good experience. So we currently have these paths coming through the entire factory and entrances to these base level rooms, but I don't have a lot of situations where we can actually go up. And so one of the things I've been thinking of is like where to put elevators, and this looks like it might be a good spot. I just don't know if I want it up against where I'm going to be running belts, but this could be potentially a good area, although it doesn't put us into the right room. I would love it to be here, but that's going to be not possible. We could... I don't think I'm going to have much for a floor here. This is mostly the train floor. We could have like a ramp entrance or something. That could be kind of fun. This would give us room to move this up into some place a little bit better. I also wouldn't mind having some Caterium refineries, although I don't think that's going to happen down there. Caterium refineries is something we could put over there. I do find I reach a point in this game where like you try to plan ahead, but you have to plan so far ahead that you end up getting kind of strapped. I guess that lines up in a way that makes sense for the next room. And we can just worry about what we do over here. different time. I'm gonna have to run long belts though. Unless I want these to output and face the other way. Don't think I want to do that though. Oh no, that's the inputs. Hold on. Alright, so in the middle of the room, they face one another. And currently the inputs on these guys are coming from that side. So if we put them facing each other, because this, again, it auto-rotated. Like you saw me grab it from facing the other way. I could put them facing this way. And that should be enough. Two. I don't have enough quartz crystals. I don't know what I did in this game without the hover pack. I really, really don't. I should bring some power over. Where does that start? In the middle? Frame rate's taking a dive, that's for sure. Did I grab the right one? Crystal Oscillator. I guess I must have... The blueprint must not be colored the right way. I mean, that's easily fixed. That's fine. One, two, three, four, five. It's going to be a little bit different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're just facing a different direction. Oh, that's in the wrong spot. They're all in the wrong spot. Crap. There's always some little tweak that I forget about. Place the blueprint, freeze the blueprint, nudge the blueprint. The Nookie subscribing with Prime, 25 months. Thanks so much, the Nookie. I really appreciate it. For anybody out there that is interested in the Discord, you can use your Prime sub, Tier 1 sub, or join Patreon. Patreon is probably the most affordable. It's only $2 US a month, less than a cup of coffee. Speaking of coffee. And it does a great deal to help me to continue to stream as often as I do. Because it renews automatically, and we're working towards actually getting annual subscriptions available on my Patreon page. At the moment, we just need. I think we're there. Like, I think we have the potential, but I have to keep this level of patrons for like 3 months, and then I can unlock the annual subs. All right, that looks tidy. I'll have to figure out how to fix that other side here. They all have the right. Yep. Right machines. Oh, that has to go down. Probably won't be doing that there. And it looks like it's time to take a break.
While the human eye struggles in low visibility, continuing to work in complete darkness does not impress anyone.
Cool. We're getting there. At least the numbers look like they're going to add up. I'm glad that I had extra of all the different components that we need. So once again, folks, I take a break about once an hour. It is that time. You get to ride the train. I'll be back in about 6 or 7 minutes.